Why, hello! As you probably know from my completely random video a few days ago from on top of a lighthouse in Key West, I am in the Florida Keys right now. It's pretty nice. It's my first time ever being here. I haven't shot any other videos here. I won't shoot any other videos here because, oh, it's a lizard on the wall. I know this is like nothing new for Florida residents, but like the number of lizards here is just awesome. But anyways, I'm here with family, so I haven't and probably won't record any kind of videos just around the Keys, no vlog type things or anything like that, because I just want to enjoy the time with family. But it is nice. I'm outside here on the kind of top deck of our little rental house thing here. I made the unfortunate decision of waiting until dusk to record this. So it's only going to get darker, and I'm having to face the house because there's literally one light out here that I'm pointed directly at, trying to squeeze as much light out of it as I can. And as you know, cameras in general, especially for video taking, they don't perform very well in this kind of dusky lighting, so I apologize about that, but I'm making do with what I got here. So if you hear like the background sounds, sorry about that. I am outside. Although it was kind of nice just kind of sitting here and hearing the water splashing up on the beach behind me and all that. What I think is funny is the beaches here, every single beach feels different because Florida Keys, from what I understand, don't really have any natural beaches. All of the like sandy beaches here are completely man-made. Naturally, the Keys, you just have kind of rocky areas or marshes or things kind of like that are the shoreline. There's not very much naturally formed beaches, so pretty much all the beaches here are man-made, and each one's kind of made a little bit differently with what type of sand they brought in, so kind of every beach we stand foot on is a little bit different, which is interesting to say the least. Anyhow, sunsets here are amazing. That's one thing. I think for the most part this hasn't really lived up to the hype for me, but sunsets, 10 out of 10. Sunset right over there earlier. I thought it'd be really cool if I came out here and recorded this video during sunset. But unfortunately I was a little bit too late. So instead of getting pretty sky, you get dark sky, and also the lighting's terrible. But again, do the best we can do. Alright, so I spent like 5 minutes blabbing about the Keys. So let's move on to this actual video. So I decided, since I'm really trying to hunker down and growing this channel right now, really trying to grow an invested audience and really trying to get where I'm actually uploading regularly and not doing these multi-week random breaks all over the place, which I think I have a lot more time now that I'll actually be able to devote to growing this channel. I'm really excited about that, and I thought maybe I should bring back the monthly channel update or status of the channel type videos that I used to do a while ago. I know this isn't really necessary, and most YouTube channels don't do stuff like this, but I kind of appreciate the time just to sit down and talk to the 5 or 6 of you that actually care kind of about what you can expect from the channel in the coming little bit, how it's been doing for the past month, what's been going on, that kind of thing, because I don't really have an opportunity to do that in any of my other videos, at least not that everybody will see, because so many of my videos cover such a variety of topics that most of my subscribers aren't going to be watching every video, because it's just they subscribe for Nintendo, but then they're not going to watch Apple and car washes. So I mean, some of you may watch everything. I know a couple of you do. But for the most part, you guys are just watching one video here and there, so it's not like I can say something in one video about what you can expect from the future of the channel and for that to carry over into everything. So this is a good way to do that. And I also just I think it's fun to share some of the YouTube analytics with you guys. And to be honest, I don't look at most of the YouTube analytics for the channel myself, because some of it gets kind of confusing and kind of like, why would I care? But there's a few things I find interesting that I like to share and talk about. So I'm sure as I do more of these, I'll learn how to break them up and do everything better. Maybe actually script a little bit so I'm not sitting here going and saying random things so much. But I'll kind of start with my life status, quick overview, not many details, because I know you all don't care, and quite frankly, you don't need to know all the details of my personal life. That's me. But just as it'll relate to the channel, what can be expected, and then I'll talk about what kinds of videos that I have upcoming, and then we can kind of go through some channel analytics, and we'll see in the next few minutes. If I think of anything else, we'll just throw it down in. I've already mentioned to end May and start June, I've been hanging out here in the Florida Keys. It means that I haven't been at home with access to my, quote, studio. Fun fact, it's not a studio. It's just a room. You all knew that already. But I haven't had access to my normal video taking space to do a lot of my normal style videos. But luckily I've had a ridiculously long backlog of unedited videos, and I've had plenty of time here on this trip and plenty of access to technology and the internet that I've been able to edit some of those videos and get them uploaded, as you've seen over the past week. And I will hopefully continue to do that. And I even have the ability to record a video like I'm recording right now, which is awesome. Where I won't have the ability to do that is near the end of June. Right now, finishing up last week here in the Keys, then I'll head back to Tennessee. And I'll be in Tennessee for a week. We got my calendar here. The week of June 7th, I will be here. So that'll be fantastic. I'll be here for a week, and I'll have plenty of access to everything channel related for a week. And that'll be it for the month of June. Unfortunately, it's kind of annoying because I'm at this point where I'm really trying to build the channel back up, and then I'm just not going to have access to it for a while. So the week of June 14th, I am leaving to go out west on a really awesome backpacking trip. I'm a pretty big outdoorsy person, which you would probably have no idea looking at this channel, because I've never talked about anything outdoor related. Most all my videos have been shot inside and have been with technology and blah blah blah, but I am a pretty big outdoors person, and I'm really excited to have this opportunity to do a big backpacking trip out west, which, if you don't know how backpacking is, the type of camping where you carry everything, sleeping bag, clothes, tent, everything with you in a backpack. Hike, I think we're doing like 6 or 8 miles a day. It's going to be an awesome experience, and I'm really excited for it. But unfortunately, I'm obviously not taking my camera equipment and computer and stuff with me in a backpack, so I won't be able to edit anything while I'm there. And it's very unlikely that there will be cell service anywhere that we're going. So I'll probably be completely shut out of the channel for those 3 weeks. I get back on June 30th. I'll probably have access to comments a few days before that because we have to get to the airport and stuff. But pretty much count me offline the week of June 14th, 21st, and the first half of the week of the 28th. So after next week's kind of the last week before I'm gone for the rest of June. So that's unfortunate. The good news is I'm hoping that next week I can really get done editing a lot of my huge backlog of videos that I'll talk about in a second. I have so many videos for months and months and months piled up that I haven't had time to edit. So I'm going to have as many of those edited next week as I can, and then I'll actually schedule those uploads. YouTube actually has a scheduling feature, fun fact, that I hadn't really used till recently, but it's actually really useful, where when you upload a video, you can schedule it to not go live until a certain date and time. So I can upload as many videos as possible while I'm home next week and schedule them periodically to upload throughout those 3 weeks while I'm gone. So hopefully you will still see new content coming out those weeks while I'm gone. I just won't have access to comments or anything like that to respond to your comments. And if anything goes wrong with any of those uploads, which is very likely, it's YouTube we're talking about here, I won't be able to fix that, unfortunately. But we'll just cross our fingers and hope everything goes smoothly, and hopefully you'll see a few videos those couple of weeks, and then start of July, I'll be back in business, hopefully. Also, obviously, all of the videos that you'll see for those last 3 weeks of June will all be pre-recorded a long time ago, so they won't be covering anything super relevant going on in any of the topics I cover on this channel. So if anything wild happens with Nintendo, Apple, I don't freaking know, amusement parks, if anything crazy news comes out, I'm obviously not going to have any specific videos about it, because I'll be completely off the grid, and I won't even know that any of those things have happened until July. So just making that as clear as possible. So we'll kind of move on now to upcoming videos you can expect in the next month and beyond. So like I said, I have a ridiculous backlog of videos going all the way back to September of 2020 that were never edited and uploaded, unfortunately, and I really want to get back and tackle those. A lot of them I've wanted to scrap because they don't feel very relevant anymore, but at the same time I went through a lot of effort to record a lot of them, so I'm going to edit and upload them anyway. If no one watches them, nobody watches them, but I've already gotten halfway done with the video making process. I might as well finish up some of those more obscure things. I do have the unboxing of my Apple Watch Series 6. I don't think that ever made it on YouTube. As I'm looking back through my files now and I don't see it. I'll check on that one later and make sure that the files didn't disappear, because I got that in like October. So it's entirely possible that somehow in the last 8 months or whatever, I don't feel like doing math on my head right now, that those files got lost. But if they didn't, Apple Watch Series 6 unboxing. Also unboxing of my brand new iPad Pro that I'm recording this video on right now, because it's easy to just set up on I got the smart keyboard. It's super nice to set up and record. It is annoying, Apple. You still don't have 4K front-facing cameras on the iPad Pro. My iPhone, that's a year older than this iPad, has a 4K front-facing camera. It's only 1080p on the iPad. That's kind of annoying. Especially because on this year's iPad Pro that just came out, they put such a focus on the wide-angle front-facing camera, but it's still 1080p. Like, I'd rather have a 4K front-facing camera than an ultra-wide front-facing camera. Anyways, unboxing of this iPad coming at some point. Also, several other videos kind of around the Christmas season, so they probably haven't aged well at all, but I'm gonna upload them anyway. Yeah, the AirTags. I unboxed the AirTags, but I said I was also going to do an unboxing of the Belkin holder that I used to put them on my keychain. I'm going to do I recorded an unboxing of that. It's going to be very short, like 2 or 3 minutes. There wasn't a whole lot to it, but you'll see that too if you're just interested in a cheaper way to hold AirTags rather than Apple's, is it like $30 option? Freaking leather keychain holder is more expensive than the AirTag itself. If you're interested in the car wash video that I've done recently, that's kind of a new thing I've done, but there have been, I think, 3 other car wash videos that I have not uploaded yet. 2 at brand new locations I haven't recorded before, and 1 back at one of the same locations again. So if anyone cares about that, it seems like people really seem to like the one of the Ryko Soft Gloss XS, and no one really cared about the Sinus Tunnel at Wash 37, whatever the heck it was. So I don't know, but these videos have kind of been random, but I have a few more for you all if you care. No, I just find those are some of my favorite videos that I've made so far to go back and rewatch, just because it's oddly satisfying to and I've always been a mechanically minded person who likes watching that kind of stuff, but it's oddly satisfying to watch a car go through a car wash, and many people would agree with me on that one. I did a few LEGO videos quite some time ago that actually did decently well. They were mostly news related. I did get and I've mentioned this many times in other videos, so you might already know, but I recently built first LEGO build I've done in years of the LEGO Winter Village fire station, which is actually discontinued now. It was discontinued like right when I got it. So it's not actually a thing you can buy anymore, but I did do a build video of that I kind of try to do and will edit as kind of a unique style. Like, you see a lot of speed builds and you see a lot of live builds with LEGO sets and reviews, but I try to do something a little bit unique, kind of my own touches. So hopefully that'll be entertaining. Alright, sorry about that. I had to go glasses on because my contacts were bothering me, and somehow just in that time I was gone, the lighting got worse. Sure. Now for you amusement park fans, I have exciting news for you. So I said I'd probably go to a park in April. I didn't. And I said I'd probably go to a park in May, and I didn't. But I'm gonna go to a park in June, pretty dang sure. So that week that I said was the last week that I was gonna be able to respond to comments or anything like that. That week I'm gonna go to Beach Bend Park, which will be an interesting return park after not having been in a park for like a year and a half. It's gonna feel pretty great to go back to Beach Bend. That's probably the most exciting Beach Bend will ever be, so I'm ready for that. A lot of you completely misinterpreted my last Beach Bend vlog as I didn't like it. I'll kind of explain more when I get around to doing the Beach Bend video this year. But I kind of said it was a weird park, and people are like, how dare you call it weird? Like, that's a bad thing. Weird's not a bad thing. It's enjoyable. I mean, I wouldn't want to go back to Beach Bend if it wasn't weird. Anyways, people just misinterpreted that, so I wanted to say I am excited to go back. Kentucky Rumbler is an excellent wooden coaster. and I want to ride a few of the throw rides I didn't get to ride last time I was there, and get that freaking Wild Mouse credit. So that'll be exciting. That's gonna be the only amusement park trip I do in June, because like I said, get back from the Keys that week, and right before I go out west, I want to make sure that I have plenty of time to just kind of relax that week. But I did want to do one trip out to an amusement park, since I haven't done that in such a long time. And then hopefully for you amusement park fans, I'll be able to get that vlog out before I leave, so that should be good. And that's exciting, because I don't think there have been any other videos or vlogs of Beach Bend this year so far. So maybe I can get the first 2021 Beach Bend vlog on YouTube, who knows. Not that that's necessarily a super difficult thing to do, but I'll do it. The rest of my amusement park content, I'm really hoping in July. I really want to get to Holiday World again this year, but I also want to go to some new parks I've never been before, like Lake Winnie, Kentucky Kingdom, Alabama Adventure, Six Flags Over Georgia. These are all places that I have on my list that I'm really hoping I'll get out to this year in July, but it'll start to get to a time crunch when we get in there, and a lot of other things are factors, so we'll see how many parks I end up being able to get to, but just know it's going to be as many as possible. So compared to a lot of other coaster channels, it's probably not going to be that many, but it's what's practical to do, and I'm excited because, again, November 2019, when we did the Dollywood vlog, that was the last time that there was any amusement park action for me. So excited to get back into it. So I talked about going to Dollywood in April. I'm actually pushing back Dollywood, because I'll actually be moving temporarily to East Tennessee in the fall, much closer to Dollywood than I am now. So that park's going to become a whole lot more accessible in the fall. So hopefully you'll see some Dollywood content in the fall, but I decided to kind of take that off of my radar for the summer and focus more on some of the other parks, since I'll just be so close to Dollywood later this year. So that's kind of what happened there. I am still excited to get back to Dollywood. Again, my favorite park, but since I know I'll be able to get to it plenty near the end of the year, I want to get to some of these other places, as I've said. Again, Beach Bend is most likely the only thing you're going to see this month, but hopefully July, I'll have a lot more fun for you amusement park fans in terms of vlogs and stuff like that. And this year, as I'm starting to ride things, I'm going to try to keep a better record of my rides on coasters, and even different other rides as well, and have a lot more of my thoughts out on those. I don't really like to do reviews just because my thoughts change so much, so instead of reviews, I'll just do thoughts kind of after I ride things and blah blah blah, and on parks as well, all that kind of fun stuff. I'm also excited to get back into Lego after many years. Do some more Lego builds. I talked about the Winter Village Fire Station already, but I also have a few Lego Mario sets, Super Mario sets to build, and that's kind of going to be one of my stepping stones to kind of jump back into the Lego universe, and I'm excited about that, so stay tuned. I know a lot of you were Nintendo fans as well, so there's a crossover for you. I'm sure I will think of some other stuff later that I have forgotten to mention here, so all that stuff, as I think of it, I'll type it down in the comments on this video and pin it. So go look for the pinned comment from Variety Entertainment for stuff that I forgot to say here. If there's no pinned comment, then by some miracle I didn't forget anything, or I just forgot stuff and still haven't remembered, because that's even more plausible. So I'll show you a little bit, just share a little bit of analytics data for the channel that I just kind of like to talk about, because I just find it fascinating and kind of interesting to talk about for anyone that's interested in this channel and how it's doing and blah 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 blah. So let's look at some data for the past month. Unfortunately, I don't have the full Creative Studio because that's on desktop, and with the setup I just have my phone here, so I have the mobile version. It's not quite as detailed and it's a bit more confusing to look at, but we can check out a few things. So for the month of May, channel received 5,700 views about, which is less than we received the prior month, but that's still a decent bit. I mean, I'm thinking back to when I started YouTube, the first few months, I started to get discouraged, and I never would have thought that over 5,000 views, almost 6,000 views a month was going to be something I'd reach one day. But we're there, and hopefully we'll get beyond there at some point. But again, that is on a downward trend, which is unfortunate. But our actual watch time, which is recorded in hours, there's been 232 hours of watch time in the last month, which actually I would think it would be more than that for some reason. I'm not really sure why. But 232 hours is a lot of hours. And that one's actually an upward trend. That's more hours than we did last month. So I guess that's kind of a good thing. If views are down, but watch time is up, that means that more people are watching per view, which I guess is a good thing. It means that more people that are viewing are enjoying the content and staying for longer to watch. So I guess that's good. We also got 12 new subscribers in the past month, which is less than we normally get. Again, that's a number I really hope is actually going to go back to climbing. Again, more subscribers each month. Exponential growth would be great, and we can reach some of our channel goals for where I want to take this in the future much faster. So in terms of actual individual video performance, I obviously don't want to dive into every video on the channel because we would be here until, not even July, much past then. But just for fun, let's look at the top 10 most viewed videos on the channel for the month of May. So these are the videos that have been doing best most recently. Number 1 most viewed video last month was the PowerA Super Mario Enhanced Wired Controller unboxing and use. So that's one that I really, when I did, I thought would not really get many views at all. But this month I got 1,218 most viewed video this month, and that's really just been collecting a ton of views since I put it out in December or January. Which I guess it makes sense because a lot of people with Nintendo Switch, they're looking to pick up some cheaper controllers. Nintendo's first-party controller options are very pricey, and that's a cheaper option with kind of a cool design that a lot of people are probably considering picking up. So I guess it does make sense when you look at it that way, that a lot of people are viewing that, especially since there's not a lot of other content on YouTube specifically covering the PowerA controllers like these. Second most viewed video last month was the 256 gigabyte micro SD card unboxing for my Switch. Honestly, I almost didn't make that video. I'm not really sure why I did make that video because it's a freaking unboxing of a micro SD card, but apparently people are really into unboxing a micro SD card. Again, that one got like a little over 1,000 views just last month, and it's actually one of my most viewed videos on the channel of all time, which just goes to show if you're interested in making a YouTube channel, just make videos on whatever the heck you want. Don't try to logic your way through what's going to do well and what's going to not, because you literally never have any idea. Like I said, a micro SD card unboxing, out of everything else I've made a video on, is one of my top videos. My third most viewed video for the month of May is making s'mores on the stove. Okay, that video was a whole lot of fun to make, and I'm hoping that the fun that I had making it translate into the viewers that watch it, and that you guys had a lot of fun with that one, watching it as much as I had making it, and maybe some of you have tried it and hopefully not burned down your house in the process. One had 701 views, so dropped a bit under 1,000. So we only had 2 videos that went over 1,000 views this month, which is okay. Yeah, the views start to drop off pretty fast from here. My fourth most viewed video for the month was the video about how you couldn't download macOS Big Sur, or at least the issues a lot of people, including myself, were having with downloading macOS Big Sur when it first came out. I'm really not sure why that video is still relevant and still getting views all the way now, because that was a long time ago that Big Sur came out, and the downloading issues have been fixed. Most of that was just server congestion. I even changed the video title to say update and now works, and people are still viewing it like crazy. I got 489 views last month, my fourth most viewed video last month. I mean, accumulate the watch time, sure. I'm just really not sure why it's still relevant, but I'm gonna leave it there because more watch time is good for the channel. My fifth most viewed video is the how to get tons of rally tickets in Super Mario Run. Fun fact, I'd never downloaded Super Mario Run on this phone. I haven't played it in forever. When I do play it again, I'll probably restart, because I'm somebody that once I get out of a game for a while, especially a mobile game, I kind of want a fresh start when I go back. With that video, I had just before that, my last video before that was a video about the like version 2.0, I think it was, update for Super Mario Run. And that video was my first video ever to get over 100 views. And that made me very excited. That video is in no way relevant anymore. I'm pretty sure it got up to like 300 views and then just stayed there for the rest of time. But I was very excited about that video going over 100 views, and so I wanted to do another Super Mario Run video, because I was like, wow, these Super Mario Run videos are like solid gold. And so I made the how to get tons of rally tickets in Super Mario Run video. I got about 5 views, and then about 10 views, and then about 20 views, and they just kind of sat there. That was it. And so I considered that video a failure and moved on. And then a good year and a half later, when I had completely forgotten that I even made that video, it started exploding, or at least relative to this channel, exploding, where all of a sudden it was like my most viewed video every month for months on end. But that didn't happen till like a year and a half after it was uploaded, so I was very confused. Anyways, it's been one of my top performing videos since, and it kind of does have a little bit of maybe possible clickbait in the title, but I don't feel like changing it because it's a video that's not at all in the same style as my newer videos, so it's probably not going to draw in potential subscribers anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. 6th for the month is checking out exclusive Nintendo Switch Online gear in Splatoon 2. Honestly, I completely forgot that there was exclusive Nintendo Switch Online gear in a Splatoon 2. This is like my first time seeing this in a while. 237 views. I think I forgot to mention the Rally Tickets video was 352 views. These numbers are probably just going right over your heads. It's not really the numbers that are important to me here, it's just what the top 10 videos are. I found it interesting and just kind of a conversation point. I talk to you guys that are interested about a little bit of channel history and my thought processes and stuff I don't ever talk about. I knew that one was doing well recently, the Nintendo Switch Online gear in Splatoon 2, because I've gotten a lot of comments on the channel recently that are like, how do I find the download code for the Splatoon 2 gear? And I'm like, yeah, it's been so long, I literally don't remember where it came from. Okay, number 7 is the ARMS demo gameplay, what is contained. ARMS demo gameplay, 227 views on that one. That is currently the most viewed video on the entire channel, thank heavens, because before that, it was me in my pajamas telling people about how to preload Super Smash Bros. I don't know how that ever became my most viewed video, but it's sat up there for a very long time, and I'm very happy it got dethroned. I've done a ton of demo gameplay videos on the channel, but none of them have really done well at all, except this one. And like I said, it's now my most viewed video on the entire freaking channel. So I guess people just like the ARMS demo a lot more than other game demos. It's only got 227 views last month, so that one might finally be starting to fall down. And who knows, maybe another video like the freaking micro SD card unboxing will rise up and dethrone it at some point soon. Number 8, how to get Piranha Plant in Super Smash Bros. Ultimates. It's Your Last Chance. That had 170 views. I mean, I would assume people would see It's Your Last Chance and then uploaded like 3 years ago and would be like, oh, my last chance is probably expired. But I don't know. Like I said with half the things on this list, I have no idea why that's relevant right now or why people are clicking on that right now. I don't know. Number 9 is the unboxing and initial setup of my iPhone 11 Pro. iPhone 11 Pro Max. Sorry. I think half the views I got on this video was just because I made sure to put 512 gigabytes in the title. I wanted people to know it was the best of the iPhone 11 models. 163 views this month. That one's been a pretty top viewed video as well for the channel, which really surprised me because I figured it wouldn't do well because the tech field on YouTube, especially tech unboxings on YouTube, it's very, very, very saturated. Like, I feel like half of YouTube is just tech channels doing tech unboxings, and especially with the iPhones being a huge tech product, millions of channels that are millions of times more popular than I have done unboxings of the iPhone 11 Pro Max. So me just doing another unboxing of the iPhone 11 Pro Max to throw into the void, I did not think would get any views because I figured anyone that had cared would already have watched an iPhone 11 Pro Max unboxing on MKBHD or Unbox Therapy or like literally anywhere else, but somehow some people came to me too. Maybe they just so interested that they have to watch every single iPhone unboxing that pops in their recommended. I don't know. But what I thought was a very saturated field that I could never get into actually ended up doing pretty well relative to my channel. So that's just another tip for any of you that are doing YouTube. or wanting to get into YouTube, don't try to logic your way around whether a video is going to do well or not, because you have no idea. Alright, and my number 10 viewed video for last month is that my Joy-Con L is back from repair, the analog stick not clicking. I think that one has been doing really well. It's starting to level off a bit, but it had been doing really well because a lot of people have problems with stick drift on Nintendo Switch, and that, they see Joy-Con repair and they think stick drift, even though I said in the title, analog stick not clicking. I think they realize in the video. I mean, it's a pretty general video. It's just showing what it's like to get something back from Nintendo Repair. But that was when I had an issue. Again, analog stick was not clicking. It was still under warranty, so I just sent it in to get it replaced. Had nothing to do with stick drift. But recently, I did have Joy-Cons, like 3 of them repaired for stick drift, which, if you guys want, I can post a video later on how to do it, because it's a little confusing to find, but Nintendo does have a free replacement program, or a free repair program for any Joy-Con affected by stick drift. So you literally just go fill out a form on their website, they send you a shipping label, you send it off, they fix it for free, and they send it back. And I have not had any issues with stick drift since I had those 3 Joy-Cons sent in for repair. So maybe I'll do a video talking about that later. But just saying, even though that's not what this particular video that's doing well is about, I do have experience also having stick drift repaired with Nintendo, and it was very easy, pretty painless, and although a little confusing to find, once you find it, the form's pretty simple to fill out, and it's nice that they're allowing that to be replaced for free. And that's it. That's my top 10 videos for the month. Just want to say all of those top 10 videos for the month had above 100 views, and I just wanted to point that out because there was a point in time a few years ago when I remember clearly still exactly what I was doing when my first video I saw got over 100 views, and that was very exciting. But now it's just interesting to see kind of in perspective how far I've come, that here we are just a couple of years later, and already all 10 of my top 10 viewed videos of the past month have gotten over 100 views just within a month. Not even just... it's just crazy to think about how major of a milestone it was for me to get one video over 100 views, and now at least 10 of them every month are going over 100. And if you're curious, there actually have been 11 videos last month that got over 100 views. So that's pretty cool that over 10 videos last month over 100 views, or 1,000. Wow. And yet, there's obviously a lot more analytics data that YouTube provides to me, but most of it I think is either not interesting or just like not really relevant to you all caring. So I'm not going to go over any of that. I think I probably went through all the analytics to give you an idea of how the channel's doing, and just give you some interesting insights on how different videos are doing. Basically, I got through what I think is the interesting part, and I'll leave the not interesting parts to my own eyes, even though most of the analytic data that YouTube gives me I never look at, or I look at it occasionally just to say I did, but pretty much the only things I look at regularly are the things I've already told you, so I'm not hiding anything. Anyways, that's that. As I continue to do these, hopefully every month, I'll be able to do a much better job at kind of planning out these videos, what I'm going to say, and kind of fleshing out what some of the different parts are going to be, maybe adding a little bit. But I just think it's really nice to just sit down and talk to you guys about state of the channel. I know that's not a thing that everybody does, but it's nice for me, and to know that anyone that's genuinely interested in the channel is going to click and watch this and know exactly what's going on. So if you have any comments below, I always read and respond to all comments. I'd love to hear what kinds of things you'd like to hear about in monthly update videos, monthly channel update videos in the future. What things do you want to hear from me? What would you suggest for formatting segments, blah, blah, blah. I'd be interested to hear your feedback, because if you've made it this far in this video, you obviously care a lot about this channel. Secondly, if you have any ideas for videos in the future or types of content you want to see, just kind of what's your favorite thing that I do on the channel, what do you want to see more of, what are some specific suggestions. I'd love to hear all of that, and maybe just what you're most excited for the future of Variety Entertainment. Otherwise, I'll see you in another video like this next month, or I'll see you in another video not like this about some other topic very soon. See you guys.